Ooh. It's been a while. What's up, everybody? It's Cousins Fishing back at it again with another mediocre video. Today, I'm doing the one video that I look forward to every single year, and that is a rod and reel arsenal video. Through the last year, I've been toying with a bunch of different stuff. I've gotten a lot of stuff in that I didn't like, and I've gotten rid of it. But everything you see here is stuff I've fallen in love with, and if it's still here in the collection, at this point, it's not going to leave. So this is the 2022 Rod and Reel Arsenal video. This will be all the stuff I'm using through the year 2022. And hopefully we put a lot more fish in the boat. So to start it off, we're just going to start with my only crappie rod. Yes, I know it's boring, but being here in the Midwest, we either have bass and we have crappie. If the bass aren't biting, crappie is what we go to. You know, having the new boat and everything, there's a lot of times when the bass aren't biting, and then we need to switch to crappie. So I decided to invest in an actual good crappie rod, not a $15 Walmart rod like I had before. This one is an Ozark Fishing Company. This is an 8-foot light action, and it's very parabolic compared to something like an ACC crappie stick, where it's kind of like that more fast action. This is extremely moderate, which threw me off when I first got it. But after catching a lot of crappie on this, I absolutely love the action on this rod. So it's a great rod, well worth the $60. And I got that paired up with an Okuma Avenger 1000 size spinning reel. And together this makes up about a $90 combo, and I could not be happier. It's a great, great combo for crappie fishing. Next up is another spinning rod, kind of on the cheaper side. This is the combo that I'll throw in the boat when my girlfriend's coming fishing with me, or, you know, if we're going to a pond or whatever, this is what she'll be using. It is a Bass Pro Fish Eagle rod. So Black Friday, I got it super cheap. I paid like $60 for the rod, 7-foot medium light, and it's what I'm going to be throwing like microscopic swim baits on, small jerk baits, stuff like that. It's got a Daiwa Crossfire 2000 size reel on this, and this combo is actually pretty light for about a $100 combo. Rod was 60, reel was 30, so can't complain. It holds up for now. It's been a good rod and reel to me, so I'm happy with it. But you know, obviously it's on the cheaper. Obviously, it's on the cheaper side of setup, so it's not going to be the best quality or the most sensitive thing, but it does the job for now. It does what I need it to. Next up is the spinning rod that I swear by. This is a FX Extreme Angler spinning rod. This is a 7-foot medium action rod, so it's got a fast tip, extremely sensitive rod. I picked it up off Facebook Marketplace for $50. The thing looked brand new. I've used this thing a ton. This is my go-to spinning rod. I've caught a ton of fish on this. I've caught smallmouth, largemouth, you name it, caught fish on this. It is an absolutely amazing rod, and I'm going to get more in the future. They're just kind of on the pricier side to buy them new. If they weren't so expensive to buy them new, I would have a boatload of these things. This is probably my most sensitive rod next to my jig rod, but this rod is amazing. And I got this paired up with a 2500 size Daiwa Regal LT, very light spinning reel, aluminum spool. I absolutely love the reel, but you can't go wrong with this combo. I'm in this combo for $110, and it is like by far one of two of my favorite combos. So I absolutely love this rod. The reel's pretty good too. So this one is probably my favorite budget combo. This rod is a Duckett Silverado. There's a 7.3 medium heavy, but truly you can throw basically anything on this. It's an actually really sensitive rod for $100. I was blown away. I think this is probably the best bang for the buck in the $100 rod category, next to something like a Bass X. But if I'm being truly honest, I know I'm going to get flack for this. I would take this over like a Dobyns Fury rod. This is extremely, extremely sensitive, and it has held up the test of time. I believe Duckett went away from the whole, like, the rods have been breaking and constantly break kind of thing, and this rod has been in the arsenal probably 3 or 4 years at this point, and it is still going strong. I've caught tons of fish on this rod. And then the reel is just the tried and true Shimano SLX. Can't go wrong with that reel. This combo is like a $200 combo, and I truly believe it's one of the best $200 combos one you can buy. Next up is another combo you guys are seeing year after year, because this rod is such an awesome rod for what I've been using it for. This is a 610 medium action 1-3 fishing Omen Black. I think this is Gen 3 they're on now, but this rod is it's awesome. It's got quality guides. The blank is nice for jerkbaits, 610 medium. This rod is perfect for jerkbaits, and I've been throwing jerkbaits on it all year long. I've caught some monster smallmouth on this particular jerkbait. It's a $4 Bass Pro jerkbait, but it looks amazing in the water. I know I'm gonna get flack for that, but I have caught a ton of fish on this specific jerkbait, this clear Bass Pro jerkbait. It's like the top of the line Bass Pro jerkbait. It's literally like $4.50, but it's a great jerkbait. I've caught so many smallmouth on this. And the rod is awesome. If I like a rod, it will be in my arsenal for years to come. And this thing has not left. I have not had any doubts about this rod, that it is one of the best jerkbait rods for like 120 bucks, because I played around with a lot of different ones, and this was just the best one I found and actually kept it in the arsenal. And then this reel is also one that has been around forever. It's tried and true, Quantum Icon PT. You can find it for like 50 bucks on eBay. One of the best reaction bait reels, I believe, that have ever been made. Next up is another rod that's been in the arsenal for years now, probably at least 3 years at this point. And it is a St. Croix Bass X, 7.2 medium heavy moderate. This thing will throw anything from like mid-diving crankbaits up to about, I would say, 10 feet you can throw on this rod. And it throws chatterbaits perfectly. This is the perfect chatterbait rod. I made a video about how this is the perfect chatterbait rod, and I still stand by that. This is an amazing, amazing chatterbait rod for anything like up to half an ounce. So 1/4 ounce through half an ounce. This is the rod you want to be throwing it on. This thing is a noodle. It loads all the way to like here. It is an awesome rod, and I'm so disappointed that they're discontinuing the black and blue Bass X. I got another one because they were on sale for Black Friday. It's in the mail, but I'm very sad that they're getting rid of these. I think the new ones are really ugly and probably, just not as iconic as a Bass X like this. And then you got another Quantum Icon PT tied on here. So another reaction bait reel, one of the best reaction bait reels I have ever found. All right, we're down to the last two. This first one being one of my bottom contact rods. This is a Daiwa Tatula, just the regular one with the cork handles. Again, super light rod. I was very surprised because this is a 7.6 medium heavy. I was very surprised how light this rod is when I got it out of the package. But this rod is awesome. I fished with this thing since March. I fished with this thing since March now, and I guess that's going on 9-10 months. And it's an awesome rod. It's sensitive for the $150 price point. It really is. It's my jig rod. I've caught a ton of fish on this. It's an extremely versatile rod. I've thrown braid on here with a frog and caught fish. My cousin tied on a chatterbait to this rod, and the tip is it's a soft tip, but it works really well with chatterbaits because of that. So, I mean, anything that does not have a treble hook, you can probably throw it on this rod because it is so versatile. 7.6 medium heavy. They make a 7.1 medium heavy extra fast, which is their like jig rod or whatever. But this thing is awesome. Like, I would not mind throwing a chatterbait on this all day long if I had to, because it's so versatile. Here in the Midwest, we don't have a whole lot of 8-pound fish, so when you're setting the hook, you're usually setting the hook into a 2 or 3 pound fish, and this rod handles that perfectly. I'm so happy I picked this rod up. It's a great rod. And then I got it paired with a Shimano SLX 8:2-to-1 gear ratio reel. It's just my flipping setup. It's an awesome setup. For $250, you can't go wrong with a setup like this. And last but not least, my highest end setup. And yes, that's an Alabama rig on this. It's a 7.2 medium heavy Shimano Zodius, my jig rod. So every time I'm throwing something where I need to make bottom contact, I'm throwing this. That being said, I also have braid on here, so it's my Alabama rig rod right now in the winter. As soon as they start biting on frogs, this will be my frogging rod. Again, we don't have a whole lot of big fish up here, so this is perfect for setting the hook into a like 2 or 3 pounder with a frog. This rod is awesome. it's a very fast tip. You can feel when you're holding this rod and you're setting the hook in the fish, you can just feel how strong the rod is, and you just have confidence it's not going to break. This is the old version, obviously. It's got the old handle. My favorite rod probably ever was the old handle Shimano Zodius. But on here, I have a Revo, Abu Garcia Revo, just a high gear ratio Revo. The reel's just okay. It's going to be replaced, but I'm not an Abu Garcia fan anymore. But it does the job for now, and you know, it's a great setup. It's all black too, so it looks good too. And that's it. That is the 2022 Rod and Reel Arsenal. I'm excited and looking forward to the year. I can't wait to catch so many fish. As soon as the water temps hit like 45 degrees, I'll be out there again catching fish. So, as always, thank you for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.